Daily Go Get a Mism Show. You think it ain't when it is. You think it won't when it is. We are here. We are in motion. We do this thing. Taking off fast lane, no coasting. All right, y'all. Let's get it popping. All right. So tonight on this Throwback Thursday, let's get real about relationships Thursday. We are talking about I helped them get on their feet, then they left me. I helped them get on their feet and they left me. We hear about these kinds of situations in our popular music all the time. Some of us have been through these kinds of situations, and we definitely have friends and relatives and people that we know who talk about this type of situation all the time. But does it have an effect on our willingness to help somebody who doesn't make as much money as we do, or to give them a place to stay, or to try to upgrade their situation and try to be altruistic? Yo, let's get realistic. And we're going to talk about it tonight, and we're going to get this thing game tight. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show, baby. I helped them get on their feet, then they left me. Well, is that the end of the story? Is that even the real story? Because we hear people talk about it all the time, and I know for me, it has me scratching my head. Like, first of all, I have questions. I got questions. What does helping somebody get on their feet mean? When we talk about helping somebody get on their feet, are we talking from their perspective, or are we talking about our own personal perspective? Because, if you're a team-oriented person, you want the people that are around you to be doing as well as you do. Now, I mean, some of us are selfish and some of us are narcissistic or whatever, and we probably don't want anybody to be on the same plane as we are, but we want to make sure that our team is looking good, even if it's only for the purpose of ourselves looking good. So let's get into it right now. I'm going to ask y'all how it's really going down. It's the DG Show, and my name is O, and I Sun 752 with the flow. Yeah. So I helped you get on your feet, and then you left me. Well, like I said, we hear people talk about it, but we're going to get into it really, really deep into it tonight and see if people are actually being real about it. Because one thing about having a broken heart is it kind of clouds the way that you see reality. When your heart is broken, when your heart is aching, when you feel dejected, rejected, when you feel scorned and pushed to the side and have been demoted to second best, it can really affect the way that you look at things, see things, feel things. So let's talk about this whole I help you get on your feet. I help you get on your feet. What does that mean? What does that mean? Now, we've all known people, and sometimes it has been us who has been, well, let me rewind it. Let me rewind it. We've all probably been attracted to somebody who we know didn't make as much money as we made. Sometimes they might have been straight up bums, and sometimes they may have fallen on hard times or didn't have the right formula. They might have been really, really close, and they may have been really, really good people from our perspective, but they needed some help. They needed some assistance, and we were there to try to make sure that we provided that for them. But when it all comes down to it, it's easy to be physically attracted to somebody, regardless of what their income level is, because the only way to really know how much somebody makes is to talk to them and find out, from their perspective or from the reality of the situation, that you can see how much money they're making. There are some clues that we can point to, like where a person lives, what kind of furnishings they have, what kind of neighborhood they live in, what kind of cars they drive, and all of that. Maybe the type of clothes that they wear, the things that they seem to have access to. But you know what? That doesn't always tell the story. Sometimes there are more intricacies in somebody's situation that doesn't let you know exactly what's going on with them. There are some people I know who don't have or don't make any money or generate any income for themselves, but they have access to people who have a lot of money, and they give them stuff. I'm going to give you an example. There used to be this white guy that my dad was cool with. Now, this dude, he was dead broke. He was dead broke. He lived in one of our rooms. And if you lived in one of our rooming houses, you were definitely transitional. You were in a transient state. People who rent out rooms aren't normally doing so because they're waiting to move into this nice, expensive house. When you move into a room in the hood, it's normally because you can't afford an apartment. But anyway, this white guy, he used to wear the same suit every day. But it was a suit. It was a straight, 3-piece suit. And he was renting a room for us. But one thing about this dude was that he knew a lot of people in a lot of high places. So I remember telling him one time that I wanted to go to some concert. No, I didn't tell him directly. He was in earshot of me talking about I wanted to go to a basketball game, football game, concert, something like that. He got on the phone. He got us tickets. Now, he ain't have no money. Now, this white guy, it seemed like he was some kind of shyster or whatever. But he knew people who could give him stuff, just like he knew us, and we gave him that apartment for free. Not apartment, that room. He was living in a rooming house. We gave him that room for free. And I always wondered why my dad was messing with him. And my dad was like, I'm trying to tell you, Omar, he knows something. He knows people. And I'm thinking like, all that glitters isn't always gold, and you can't always judge a book by its cover. So he knew how to get to the bag. He just didn't have the bag himself. Okay. All right. He might have had some mental problems. He definitely had that, but it is what it is. So taking that back to our relationship situation, you may be able to eyeball somebody and tell that they don't have any money or whatever, but you don't know who they know. You don't know what kind of access that they had, whatever. But if you decide to provide for them, you're probably going to provide for them in your own interest. Now, that's not to say that you can't provide for them in their own interest also. But if you know that somebody doesn't have what you have and you want to shine them up, you want to get them back right, you want to send them to school, you want to polish them. Well, that's a decision that you've made. So when we start talking about I helped them get on their feet and then they left me, well, we can look at that from a few different perspectives. But I think first what we need to do is we need to identify what we mean by helping somebody get on their feet. Because my getting on my feet might not be your getting on your feet. And my getting on you getting on your feet for me might not be your getting on getting on your feet for yourself. But if we're lovers, if we're boyfriend and girlfriend, if we're hooked up, if we're significant others, if we're exclusive, if we are going steady, do you want to go steady? Steady, baby. Do you want to go steady? Steady with me. Well, if you decide to help somebody out, whether you give them money, send them to school, give them a place to stay, make sure that they are well fed, get them a job. If they're on your job already, make sure that they get a raise, move up in position. That's a decision that you have made. Is that getting them on their feet? And if it is getting them on their feet, is it getting them on their feet for them, or is it getting them on their feet for you? While you're thinking about that, I need you to think about this too. Is getting somebody on their feet subject to the consequence of them leaving you later on? Is that a consequence? We talk about truth, there are consequences. We talk about the consequences of your actions. In other words, every action has a reaction, an equal and an opposite reaction. Are you ready for the equal or opposite reaction that may be forthcoming if you help somebody to get on their feet, whatever that means. When when we take time out to identify that, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And if you don't understand exactly what I mean by this, what I'm asking you is getting somebody on their feet or helping somebody to get on their feet, is that a way, is that supposed to be security for you being able to control them and keep them? Is that part of the deal? Is that the negotiation? And if that is the negotiation, have you been honest about that? You know what I mean? Look, whoever controls the money controls the action in this world that we live in. So wait a minute. Let me ask y'all this. The people in the chat, am I coming through clear? Because I looked at yesterday's show, and like the beginning of the show, it sounded real muffled. And when the music part was going on, and I'm wondering if YouTube is doing some strange stuff or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, listen, my spidey senses are always going up. So, let me know. All right. Queen Monica Davis says, I'm clear. That's what's up. And I'm wondering if I'm clear for everybody, because a lot of times when we're not clear here, sometimes on the playback, we're clear. So I just want to make, I'm all, listen, my spidey senses be going up. I'll be wondering if y'all messing with me like that. Okay, not y'all, YouTube. Okay, so if you help somebody to get on their feet, if you give them money, if you give them a place to stay, if you arrange a way for them to get an education so they can get a better job or move up in their career, whatever the case may be, if you upgrade somebody, are you doing so with the intentions that you better stay with me? If I help you to get to here when you were down here, you better stay with me up here. Don't get up here and leave me here. Don't get up here with her or him or whatever and leave me here stranded when I helped you get from all the way down here all the way up to here, and now you all the way up here. Most of us probably wouldn't be honest with somebody about that. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what we are honest with ourselves about. Probably in the back of our mind, we probably taken this all into consideration. And that might be the reason why some people don't help some people get a little bit farther. Like, you start hearing those melodies of Mary J. Blige from I'm talking about the song Not Gon Cry. What was the name of the movie? Disappearing Acts? No. Waiting to Exhale. From waiting to exhale. Waiting to exhale. Not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no tears. And in that song, Mary is talking about how I helped you to build up your business. What the lyrics? The lyrics. Don't act like I can't think of the lyrics right now, but you know what I'm talking about. In the song, she's talking about how I helped you get on your feet. I helped you get right. You know what I'm saying? You want to break out on me. I get you to the point where you can look those chicks, those high class chicks, eye to eye, and then you leave me like you know what I mean, like old Amazon boxes for recycling on trash day. I'm on the side of the curb on trash day, like old Amazon boxes. Look, got my address on it. You know what I mean? Used products. But are we honest? Would you be honest? Have you been honest? The people that who have been in these situations, have they been honest? If you help somebody to get back on their feet, whatever that means, because we haven't identified that yet, but if you help somebody to get on their feet, are you doing so with the condition that they will stay with you? I'm not saying that it's wrong to feel that way, but you're going to have to be honest with yourself. When when you break up with somebody or somebody quote unquote leaves you, because we might have to have a conversation about exactly what it means to leave somebody or to be left by somebody. What are we talking about? What are we talking about when we talk about somebody left me? I mean, in the simplest of terms, if somebody leaves you, it meant that you wanted to go with them and they didn't wait for you. They took off. Y'all might have came together and left separately. Y'all were supposed to come together and leave together, but somebody left you behind, and evidently they're not coming back. I helped you get on your feet, and then you left me. It's funny though, because if you help somebody to get on their feet and they leave you, what did they leave you for? I mean, only human beings, go through this. Yeah, like, let me break this down for y'all. An animal, if you feed an animal and you raise an animal will never leave you. Ever. Ever. They will never trade you in for somebody else. If you raise an animal or you feed an animal on a regular basis, every day they will be lined up to get fed again and to kick it with you all day, every day. Animals do not become disloyal. It doesn't happen. The only species in the whole world that bites the hand that feeds them or that betrays the person that develops them are human beings. We the only ones. People be talking about, I be looking at people sideways when they be like, my dog or my cat ran away. I'm like, they don't do that. I understand you can't find them, but unless you abuse an animal, and even if you do, they still come back looking for your validation and your confirmation. But one thing is for sure, if you don't abuse an animal, they ain't going nowhere. They are not going anywhere. Human beings may be treated nice, may be housed, may be cleaned, may be fed, may be given money, may be developed, may be taught, may be conditioned, and all of that stuff. And they get they will find a different situation or a better situation and be out on you. That's the difference between human beings and every other species out in the whole world. That's the difference between human beings and each and every species on Earth. That's what separates us. Our ability to betray each other. Animals don't do that. They do not do that. Wherever they can eat is where their loyalty will remain for life. For life. So, and I watch a lot of animal videos, so I know that this is a fact. And by the way, that scenario where we was talking about when people have pets that ran away, they normally those pets come back, unless they may have gone out there in the world to explore, because they are animals. They are animals, and sometimes they want to kick it with another animal. Because sometimes they need to do the nasty. So, they go ahead and do the nasty, come back pregnant, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. Either come back pregnant or impregnate, or they impregnated another a female animal, and then they come on back home like, yeah, what's up, man? What you thought I left you? Let me get my wag on. Let me get my purr on. I ain't going nowhere. What you talking about? This is where I eat. Human beings. We'll find somebody prettier. We'll find somebody sexier. We'll find somebody richer. Or don't care about being rich or whatever. You know what I mean? They might find somebody who they are attracted to in any other way, and they will explore that and leave your ass in the dust. And we take it personal because we don't even understand. We don't, even as human beings, we don't understand human behavior. But so thinking that we are going to finance somebody, give them money, give them everything, shine them up, develop them, get them right, get them back on their feet, get them on their feet, whatever. That is no guarantee that they're going to stay in there with us for the long haul. It don't work that way. But that doesn't stop us from trying to keep it that way, make it happen. But if we can't be honest with ourselves about it, then their betrayal of us may not be as unjustified as we may make it seem. But, that's a whole deeper issue. What are we talking about, y'all, when we start talking about getting back on our feet? I mean, getting somebody back on their feet, helping them to get back on their feet. What are we talking about? I know some of y'all have helped somebody get on their feet. I know. Listen, some of y'all women have definitely been with a man who ain't have no job, and you helped him get a job. You talked to somebody. Some of y'all might have even talked to your exes. Like, even if you didn't have your ex give him a job, you might have gotten in contact with your ex who knew somebody who you could get in touch with who could help your man get a job. Look, he a good dude. I'm in love with him and blah, 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 blah. And, I just need him to be able to get his confidence up by getting a decent job and, making his own money and feeling, and so he can be the king that I know he is. Y'all talk like that. I'm just helping him to become the king that he really is. I'm his queen. So why wouldn't a queen help a king get to his crown? Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily. The Daily Go Get 'Em is a show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Get 'Em Business Show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight on this Throwback Thursday, let's get real about relationships Thursday. We are talking about I helped them get on their feet, then they left me. I helped them get on their feet, and then yo, where you going? Yo, where you at? Hey, yo, shorty. Hey, yo. Come on, man. You know what I mean? Why you? Hey, yo, Apollonia. Don't you like the way we are? Apollonia. Don't you like the way we are? Apollonia. Don't you like the way? Apollonia. Don't you like the way we? I said Apollonia. Don't you like the way we? Apollonia. Don't you like the way we are? And speaking of Apollonia, don't you like the way we are? Remember in the movie Purple Rain, rest in peace to Prince Rogers Nelson. But in the movie Purple Rain, that was kind of why Prince was a little slow and hesitant to help his band members or let his band members contribute a lot to the success of the band. That's, I mean, but besides Prince having real life control issues, he didn't want anybody else to have a contribution because he felt like once they start contributing, then they're gonna get their own shit and then they're gonna be out. As long as I'm writing all the music, writing all as long as I'm composing all of the music, producing all of the songs, writing all of the songs, then whatever they do will be brand new. It won't be because they took it from me. It's really, really negative, controlling, and narcissistic behavior and thinking. But that's how Prince was. For all of his musical genius, he also was that. But he's not so unlike a lot of us are in real life. That example that he set wasn't all that different than the example that we set right in our own lives. Real shit. And you know it's true. Have you ever been afraid to help somebody with money, a place to stay, maybe even marriage, because you feared once they got you where they wanted you, and once they were able to get everything from you, I mean, you know, I'm gonna go to the Facebook memes, you know, what some of those Facebook memes say, you know, once people get whatever they can use you for, whatever they need from you, then they're on to the next thing. Does that stop you from helping somebody? Does that stop you from pitching in? How many of y'all know men who are against marriage because they feel like once women marry men, now they are in the driver's seat. They have all the control. Now, if y'all get divorced, they take half of what they didn't contribute in the first place, what they didn't contribute to in the first place. And a lot of women, well, these men feel like when women get married, then they start cutting off everything that they promised in the beginning. Like now we don't have sex no more. Now you don't cook no more. You don't clean no more. You don't help out no more. You don't do this no more. Now you mean, you know what I mean? You're using sex as a weapon, sex as a weapon, sex as a weapon, sex as a weapon. You don't give me none. I don't have no fun since I said I do. This is some bullshit and I can't take it. Yo, you don't never even sleep naked, going to sleep with your pajamas on. You used to be having the butt on my joint. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. And we're talking about I helped them get on their feet. Help you get on your feet, and then you left me. So do we have a definition of what it means to help somebody get on their feet? Do we have a clear definition of that yet? What does it mean to help somebody get on their feet? All right. You know, y'all want to act shy, you know what I'm saying? All right, it's cool. When you help somebody get on their feet, you help them out with money. You help them out with the thing. You help them to be able to have access, to get access to things that they couldn't get access to on their own. So maybe they didn't have a good cell phone. You got them a good cell phone. Maybe they didn't have any cell phone. You made sure that they had one. They didn't have a car. You got them a car. They didn't have no transportation. You got them some transportation. Steady, good transportation. They didn't really have a place to stay. They was living pillar to post. Pillar to post. Is it pillar to post? It's pillar to post, right? Pillir. It's not like Pillar. That's Pilar, right? So that means you're messing around with a Puerto Rican chick, Hispanic, whatever. So they live in pillar to post. They were you know, couch surfing, didn't have an address of their own. Their name was on no lease. You gave them a place to stay. You got them off somebody's couch. You got them into your bedroom or their own bedroom, whatever the case may be. You know, they may not have had a decent job or no job at all. No viable means of income. You arranged for them to not only get a job, but to get a decent job and to start getting confidence in themselves. When you're making your own money, when you're doing well, when you're moving up in position and things like that, it helps you. It helps to build confidence. It does, and that's a fact. That's a fact. Why do you think so many employees, besides the money, they want recognition, they want awards and accolades. They want to be told that they're doing a good job. They want to be told that they're doing a good job. So, like I said, maybe somebody didn't have nice clothes. They didn't have any decent clothes. Sometimes, well, back in the day, in order to go look for a job, you had to have some nice clothes, some business attire to go to interviews and stuff like that, even just to go look for a job. That's how it was back in the day. And you may have provided that for somebody. Like, okay, you need a little suit. You need a little cardigan. You need some decent slacks. You need a pair of wingtips. You need some dress socks. You need something. You need to look like you're well turned out, or you're ready to enter the workforce. So they may not have had that. All they might have only had a bunch of fitted baseball caps, some sweatpants, and a few pairs of sneakers, some Timbs or something. Like, no, you can't go looking for a job with that. Like you might have looked good to a woman with a white beater, some sweatpants on and some Timbs. You know what I'm saying? You was good for the block. Like, oh yeah, look at him. But when you going for an interview, I don't think it's gonna go over well. So these are some of the things that you might do to help somebody get on their feet. So you help them get on their feet, and then what? Everything is all good. Y'all team members. Everything is fly. Everything is going well. They at their job. They making money. They income coming in. Y'all looking like a power couple. 6 months later, a year later, some years later, with that confidence, getting somebody on their feet, getting them to the point where they're confident, starts to put them in that human realm, because now they don't only have confidence for you, they have confidence for other people. So now the roving eye starts. When you were the only one helping them out, they only had eyes for you. Now they got their own. They feeling themselves. They smelling themselves. Yeah. Nigga, what? Yeah, now I can step to these chicks with confidence. Like, what's good? I'm floating in something nice. I got a nice little V. I might even be cooped up. Got me a little V coupe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember pushing the V. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hair fresh. Nice cologne. Shoe game on point. Mm-hmm. Gear on top of things. Your girl or your wife is not the only one that's attracted to you now. You feeling that? Yeah, she helped you. First, you was a little dirt ball. You was a little dirt ball out here. I'm smoking on roaches. He was out here smoking on roaches. You know what I mean? You was the third person to hit the blunt. Mm-hmm. Now you out here carrying pounds of the good kush. Anyway, you help somebody get on their feet. You help them to become confident. Are you ready for the consequences of what confidence may bring to a person? And this doesn't happen with everybody, but this is the conversation that we are having this evening. What are we talking about when we talk about helping somebody to get on their feet? All right. What are we talking about when we talk about somebody leaving somebody? They left me. Now, I think the term getting somebody on their feet, helping them getting on your feet, that's subjective. But somebody leaving somebody is very subjective. Sometimes it can be a fact and sometimes it can be an opinion. What does it mean to leave somebody? Okay. If you cheat on somebody, have you left the person that you cheating on? Okay. Some people who have never cheated, they don't want to look at it this way. So let's ask in reverse. If somebody cheats on you, have they left you? I mean, if they're cheating, that means that they're still with you, because the only way you can cheat is if you're with somebody, right? All right. So with that being said, it's probably safe to say that if somebody leaves you, that means that they cheated and they are satisfied with the person that they're cheating with or the situation that they're cheating with out there. And so they don't want to cheat on you anymore. It's over between you and them. They gone. They done packed up their stuff. Shout out to people who haven't had the balls to cheat, to break up with somebody officially. Just either ghosted on them or waited till they went to work or went to their mom house or went on vacation, took a trip or something like that. And when they came back, you was gone. Shout out to y'all. And when I say shout out to y'all, I don't mean that in no nice way. But not everybody who breaks up with somebody does it with a conversation. Nowadays, people might send you a text message. They might. So what are we talking about when we talk about somebody leaving somebody? They left me. I left them. What up, Mia? Mia says one would have to end things either verbally, emotionally, and physically, or ghosting them. Mm-hmm. Okay. Or ghosting them. I even think that ghosting is a little subjective. Sometimes what one person looks at, the way that one person looks at ghosting is different than the way somebody else might look at ghosting. So it can get a little dicey. But if somebody leaves you, it's more than likely the situation that you wanted to go wherever they go, wherever they went, wherever they're going. You know, you wanted them to stay and they left. And that's regardless of the situation. You know, there have been plenty of situations where, especially in marriage situations, where there was infidelity, but they still wanted to work it out. Not everybody is as offended. Not everybody is as offended by cheating as some people are. Some people look at cheating like it's the ultimate betrayal. Other people look at cheating like, well, you know, it happens, but you know, you can get past it if the two people still want to be together. Just because you cheat don't necessarily mean that you want to be gone. That doesn't make sense to some people. It doesn't have to make sense to everybody. What it needs to make sense to in any situation is you. It needs to make sense to you. So if it's a situation where you wanted to work it out and that person didn't want to work it out, and they refuse to work it out with you, then yeah, you've been left. I guess. That's my assessment. You may have been left after helping them get on their feet. The emotional trials that you may be going through, that a person may go through when they have gone out of their way to help somebody out financially, give them a place to stay, do all of the psychological work to get their minds right in order to be able to go forward and emotionally be able to deal with all of the things that life throws at them. You know, people come from abusive backgrounds, households, relationships, situations. People have been neglected out there. You know what I'm saying? Some people have never experienced true love from anybody, whether we're talking about a romantic situation or whether we're talking about from a friendship situation. Some people feel like they have been nothing but used and abused and treated like shit all of their lives. I know some people who feel that way. You probably know some people who feel that way. You probably know some people who will tell you without stuttering, yeah, my family was never really family to me. They never really loved me. They never really showed no love. And when I got to a certain age, I left and whatever. But none of the boyfriends that I ever had or none of the girlfriends that I ever had ever really loved me. They said that they loved me, but you can tell by the things that they did that they never really loved me. I know people like that, and it wouldn't surprise me if you knew people like that also. You know, and when you feel like that, you really feel like that. You know, people can tell you shouldn't feel that way or that it's not really that way. That's just them talking. You feel how you really feel. And when we talk about helping somebody get on their feet, you're normally talking about a situation where you have believed in somebody and the belief that you have shown in somebody, the time and the care that you have invested into a person was all thrown into the incinerator because they found somebody that they thought was cuter than you or that suited them better, and now they out. What is our part in that situation? What is our part? If somebody leaves us, are we 100% in the right? Are we 100% in the right if somebody leaves us? I know that emotionally we're going to be feeling like that, but you know, just like in any situation where you don't win, any game that you win, I mean, any game that you don't win is normally because you didn't score enough points. The other team scored more points than you. But in the game of love, we do not look at it that way. In the game of love, listen, man, I know that some people will feel some kind of way about me saying this, but it's the truth. In any game in life that we win, it means that we scored more points than the other person. If we lose, we didn't score enough points and the other person did. Even if they cheated, they scored more points than we did and they won the game. And you're not going to be able to go back and change the results of that. But in the game of love, even if we don't score enough points, whatever that means, we expect to be able to play again, compete for the championship again, or just straight up be given the win. I know that I didn't win, but I know I didn't score enough points, but I know that I didn't do enough, but I want to still be in the winning circle. I want to go to the winning locker room and throw the champagne and do the thing because I won the game. And even if I didn't win, I'm still going to begin to. Am I lying? In the game of love, we don't look at it as points. We look at it in a different kind of way. Whatever you do in the game of love is supposed to be enough. But when you go the extra mile and you help somebody to upgrade their situation and they shit on you by leaving you, you're probably gonna it's like Mia says it may hurt, but you gotta cut your losses and move on. Cut your losses and move on. Okay. How many of y'all have helped somebody get on their feet? Even if you're not honest right here, you're gonna be thinking about it later on. You might as well be honest with yourself. Mia says, I have a family member. But can a family member leave you? I mean, I guess anybody can leave anybody. But for this conversation, I mean your man or your woman. Have you ever helped your man if you're a woman, or help your woman if you're a man? Have you ever helped them get on their feet? Plenty of men have dated women, messed around with women who had kids. And some of those kids didn't have their fathers active in their lives. And so that man might have did what a man is supposed to do, went in there and loved the children, helped raise the children just like he loved their mother. Raised the kids like helped raise the kids, or was instrumental in their lives just like they were his biological children. Some men have done this even if they wasn't taking care of their own biological children, but they may have stepped into the lives of their stepchildren or stepchildren to be and helped them out. There have been plenty of men who have done that. So when it's a situation where you come in there, you saw, oh yeah, there's definitely some money missing in this situation. The kids can't get sneakers. They can't, they can barely get school supplies. They ain't even going to school like they supposed to be going. You know what I mean? Mom is struggling. She might not even be the best mom, but shoot, I mean, listen, she might not be the best kind of mom or the best kind of woman, but the body is firm. She'll learn. The body is firm. She'll learn. Listen, niggas would do a whole lot of development work for a woman that pleases their eyes. And don't let the pussy be all that. Like, listen, I believe in this project. I believes in me, this project. I can clearly see where these 3 to 5 to 6, 7 kids came from. This woman is a great adventure in bed. She's 6 Flags. I'm trying to get a season pass to this 6. I don't know what y'all talking about. So you go in there, you throw money at the situation, paying bills, fixing up shit, making sure cars are riding right, making sure kids are, the homework is being done now. Kids are getting to school on time now. You ain't getting letters written home all the time now. Kids ain't getting suspended, having to take the kids back to school, getting suspended from school now. You went in there, you fixed this situation for real, for real. Literally. Moved them into your crib or moved into their crib and got it right. Got it right. Faucets was leaking when you came in. Ain't no water bill is intact now. Roof was leaking when you came in. Nope, clean and tight now. Shoot, eviction notices was being served, and foreclosure notices was coming through. No more. Fixed all that. Got it right. You done Brady Bunch the family. You done Mike Brady the family. Right? Okay. Well, just because you do something nice for somebody doesn't necessarily mean that you have secured their bag. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to ride. It doesn't mean that they won't stray. I mean, the chick already had like 5, 6 kids. I don't care if she only had 2. I don't care if she only had 3. Shout out to the women out there with 2 kids and 5 abortions. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll deal with God later on that. I mean, I know you're going to holler at me about that. You had to do what you had to do. But like I was saying earlier, human beings are the only species on Earth where you can feed them, clothe them, treat them right, whatever that means, and, take care of them, and they'll still be out. How many times have we heard women complain like, he left me for some broke bitch? You know what I'm saying? Some chick ain't had, ratchet, ghetto, blah, 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 blah. How many times have we heard that? Some of y'all living that life right now. You know what I'm saying? He says it's not, wait a minute, because it's your heart involved, especially when you get left by someone you went to bat for. Yeah, I can understand that. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't apply. What I'm saying is, for this situation, for this show, it doesn't apply, because we talking about somebody that that you were you might have been we ain't talking about your family. Bottom line. I mean, I respect that, but you know what I mean. She says, an ex, yes, okay. TK Wright says a family member can certainly leave you after you've helped them get on their feet. Yeah, they can. But like I said, once again, I ain't talking about them, because there's a different type of anger when it's not a family member, when it's not a blood family member. Like, unfortunately, when it comes to family, we kind of know what we're getting into. You know who your family is. You do. Plus, you ain't fucking your family. It's a different situation. When the person that made you come goes, it's different. It's different. With your family, you're not taking as big as a gamble. You know what they're capable of. You hoping that they, but you know what you working with when it comes to your peoples. They your peoples. When it comes to the opposite sex, somebody that's not your family member, we talking about a real gamble here. Should I do it? On some Lisa shit. I wonder if I take you home, will you still be in love, baby? Because I need you tonight. What do you think about the lyrics of that song? Did that make sense? I wonder if I take you home, will you still be in love, baby? Because I need you tonight. Well, if you need me tonight, ain't you taking me home? I don't know. Maybe she meant another night. I don't think Lisa had confidence in her twat. But it was 1985. You know, we had to talk. I mean, I don't know if Lisa had twat confidence back in 85. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. We're about to get on about it. But yeah, if nothing else, y'all got the situation. I helped them get on their feet, then they left me. Y'all know what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what to do with it. It is what it is. Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious. November 17th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. You know what? She's not on the list. But my baby sister, Sarah McIntyre Naum, happy birthday to you. And also, Charlotte Faye, happy birthday to you. And Tanya Allen, happy birthday to you. And Mary Bryant, turning 57 years old today, happy birthday to you. And Jada Andrews, happy birthday to you. And Selusha Abreu, wait a minute, it's Salacia, I'm sorry, Sulacia, turning 35 years old today, and Rolanda Tulin turning 29 years old today, and Sarah Hartman turning 47 years old today, and Kasim Ibn Bell, happy birthday to you, and Janice Wiggins turning 66 years old today, and Tamara Arthurus Hawkins, she's a go-getter. Happy birthday to you. And also Derek McKinney, happy birthday to you. And Femi Nini Blanco, turning 35 years old today. And Stacy Covert Washington, turning 50 years old today. And last but not least, my girl going all the way back to like the 1982, 83, something like that. Tanya Newman, turning 52 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And she was like basically the smartest girl in our class, you know what I mean? Back then. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious November 17th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on, do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, check it out, yo. We gonna talk about it. You helped them get on their feet, and they left you. Well,
60 seconds.
I would imagine that helping somebody get on their feet and then them leaving you it feels like a more severe situation, a more severe hurting situation than if somebody just leaves you. But I mean, there are levels to everything. But anything that you would put your time and effort and money into, it's going to really, really have an effect on whether you would do that again. When your altruism gets tested, when it gets questioned, when it gets stretched to the point of breaking, yeah, the real problem is the future. Whether you would be encouraged to do that ever again for anybody ever again.
Seconds.
Would you do it? Maybe not. You know, it's one of those things. It's not an easy thing to just dust yourself off and move on from, but we have to do it. And just because somebody leaves you, as some of us know, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going for good. It doesn't necessarily mean that y'all won't get it back together. But it probably means that no matter what happens in the future, y'all going to have a conversation about how things played out, because you're going to feel like you got sold out. And far few things feel more demoralizing than somebody selling you out. We were supposed to be crew. I was down with you. You were supposed to be down with me. We were a we. We wasn't us. And you dissed us. You like Scar messing around with them hyenas. You like Scar messing around with them hyenas. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another daily Go Get 'Emism show. So make sure y'all come on through and do what we gotta do. All right, so Blog Talk, I'm gonna get you out of here. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. All right, so Blog Talk, we gonna get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace. All right.